Welcome down to Paultons Park, and it is Valgard Realm of the Vikings update for this week. And a little bit has happened actually on site as well, which is quite good. We've seen some more plants in here. I believe all these plants are for the Valgard area. All this is sort of new, the way it's been put in and stored, so we'd be expecting that to go on site. And it's great to see some actual trees and things going in, not just waiting 6 or 7 years for them to grow. So we're going to show you what's happened. We can see actually flooring in particularly around the other side, and you'll notice this time we have started this side. Whilst there is no sign of the train yet that we can see, the scaffolding is down on the inside of the station. We can see that from outside the park. So that makes me believe that trains are either here or imminently about to arrive, and it's ready to do so. But I don't know that. Fingers crossed though, we'll see this testing hopefully within the next couple of weeks. And I can't wait to see it. So let's get you up to date with what's going on site. Here we are on a update for Valgard, a nice close look of what's going on the site. It is much clearer than what it's been before, and the floor definitely takes precedence in this update. Now, we do think this was resin, but actually it is concrete. We do correct ourselves a little bit later as well, but it looks fantastic. You can see down the back end, and you will see more when we go around the other side, the color of that. But here we have a nice checkered entrance, which looks different to the rest of it. There was a lot of work going on around the Drakon area, a lot of soil movement, a lot of mounds and things which are being installed. And of course, we are expecting some theming elements down there. We can see trees and other bits. It'll be interesting to see how this comes together over the next few weeks. This is the entrance, as we've shown you before. And of course, the building and over to the ride. Looking a lot clearer and hardly any scaffolding in sight at all. Here's a close-up of the portal area. I mean, this might look like the rest of it once it's all done. I just get a feeling it's not going to, as we look down the back and we can see some of the themed pieces over to the restaurant building. And then on the far right is the Raven building, which we'll get a close-up of very, very shortly. It's looking a lot clearer. The pathing does make more sense from when you're above. In fairness, you can really see where it goes, but the detail on the building is absolutely magnificent as you come around. And this is from top to bottom as well. It's not like you kind of get just the theme pieces at the top. The pattern and everything goes right to the bottom of all these buildings, as it really is starting to come together now. Only a couple of months until opening. But you can really see the checkered pattern there on the entrance as we look at the Cobra building, which of course will be Raven, and yeah, that looks nearly done as well. We can see flooring has gone in. It looks like the resin flooring as well around here, but there is also like a concrete patch, which we can see has been tiled as well, or tiled effect on the main entrance. So it'll be interesting to see if we get that here as well. A lot of scaffold is down across the site. We can see over towards Raven from the ride. It's a bit difficult to see, to be honest, from the ground level, but we can see a lot of scaffolding has come down on the site as the groundwork really kind of takes precedence. Yeah, lots going on, and look, there's nothing here, so we'll get you a close shot of what's going on the 2027 site. Here we have a closer look at the floor, and it does look really nice as well. We were wondering whether or not they would go the tarmac route or whether or not they would go something a little bit more in theme, and of course Paultons Park have gone a little bit more in theme, and quite honestly we kind of expected them to, in fairness. We can see that little fence poles are going up and around. We've seen a little bit of a fencing at the entrance as we head down and kind of look towards the Raven area, and of course the photo booth for Drakon. But it just looks so much clearer this week than last week. A couple more finishing touches have been added to the scenery pieces here. As we can see, the fencing hasn't gone in quite yet, I imagine, because that's still because they're working in the area. However, the flooring around the restaurant has been finished, or certainly pushed along as well. And here you can really see the scenery themed painting going right to the base. Looks magnificent. As we look over the back area, of course, over to the 2027 site, which we'll look at shortly, we can see kind of a fencing barricade here. And I do wonder whether this is going to be a theme piece advertised in 2027 or not. We can see sort of a barricade around the bottom there, and I do wonder whether or not that'll be the advertising for the 2027 ride, or whether or not it'll be sort of like the edge of the village style theme down there. But you can see the toilet block obviously, but you can also see the Raven building right here as well. That is looking magnificent, it really is. Scaffolding is down here. Obviously we don't know what it looks like on the inside until we get an update from Paultons. Here is a look over to the 2027 site. It is absolutely huge, but there are some bits being stored down the back. I don't know whether they're for this year or for 2027. They kind of look like hulls of boats or roof pieces, that kind of shape. Not really sure what they are, to be honest with you, but they definitely look important for sure. There's a lot of ground pins down, there's a lot of work. It's a huge site this, can't wait to see this come together and indeed the size of it for 2027. There is a lot of stuff down there for the 2027 site, or what we believe is the 2027 site. A lot of groundwork has been done, and you've got to consider as well that they keep to roughly the same timeline. You know, in Valgard over this side, we kind of seen a lot of groundwork go in around about April, May. It really started to take shape right the way kind of heading to August, where bits started arriving for it, and we could really see what was going on as this building started to go vertical. This looks a big project over here, to be honest with you. So I don't think it will be too long before we see what's going to be happening here, and we'll start seeing some vertical construction of some kind, whether it be building or any kind of other structure. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing what they do over here. It looks a big site. Before we wrap up, we are going to head outside and show you some bits from Drakon on the side. It's one of the best views in honesty of the whole coaster. And then yeah, we'll wrap up from this week's update here at Valgard, but it won't be long until we see a car go over the top of there. That's going to be crazy to see. Standing in the car park, we are obviously set back, but we can zoom in and see that scaffolding has gone from inside the station. So we'll be expecting trains really soon, and it won't be long until they are flying around this track. Weather is delightful here at Paultons Park. So that's the end of our update. We can see outside the scaffolding has indeed come down in station. Next few weeks, hopefully we'll get to see some testing on it. And I have been corrected, it's not resin in there, it is concrete. They've concreted the whole lot for a better look and a more stable future for it. So yeah, Valgard, Paultons Park, it's coming along despite the rain. I'm very sorry for the water on the lens, but look at it. To be fair, it still looks good in the rain, doesn't it?